wilderness. Sin cycles is what I'll be, referring to the video as. But as I get ready to read these next couple of chapters, I'm going to be making a series through my live streams on what this next video will conclude of. Now that you guys can come into my personal studying and read, and as I read these things to you, these things can be revealed also to you, but then also to me. So then that'll help both of us. Well, not both of us, but all of us grow together in this wilderness season and what God has to say to us in the wilderness. So this is going to be important because this is going to help me out with my video, and this is going to help me with all the knowledge and the wisdom that I need to gain concerning the wilderness and what the people of the Bible went through in their wilderness season. And this will help you as it helps me overcome the wilderness. All right. So let's get straight to it, y'all. I'm gonna be reading out of Numbers. So y'all go to Numbers. If you're not already there, go to Numbers. I need y'all to go to Numbers, chapter 14, verses 29. We're gonna read all the way from chapter 14 all the way up until 29, and then we're gonna be going to Numbers 21 and 23. Chapter 21 all the way through verses 23. And this will be probably quick. It'll probably be long. I don't know. I'll just be decoding it as I go, right? So let's just get straight to it, man. Let's get into it. Let's see what God has to say about Numbers concerning the wilderness. Let's do it, y'all. So, Numbers chapter 14. And all the congregation lifted up their face, their voice, and cried. And the people wept that night, and all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, would God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would God had we had died in this wilderness? And wherefore hath the Lord brought us unto this land, to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be a prey? Were it not better for us to return into Egypt? Keep following on with me, y'all. And they said one to another, let us make a captain, and let us return into Egypt. Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly and the congregation of the children of Israel. Then and Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes. And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, the land which we passed through to search it is an exceeding good land. If the Lord delight in us, then he will bring us into this land, and give it to us, a land which floweth with milk and honey. Only rebel not ye against the Lord, neither fear ye the people of the land. For they are bread for us, their defense is departed from them, and the Lord is with us. Fear them not. But all the congregation bade a stone stoned them with stones, and the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me? How long will it be ever they hold on? How long will it be that they do not believe? For all the signs which I have shewed among them, I will smite them with the pestilence, and disinherit them, and will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they. And Moses said unto the Lord, then the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up this people in thy might, them alone from among, oh Lord, and thy might from among them. My bad, y'all. I'm studying like I don't know what. And they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land. For they have heard that thou, Lord, art among this people, that thou, Lord, art seen face to face, and that thou cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by daytime in a pillar of a cloud, and in a pillar of fire by night. So God goes before them by daytime in a pillar of a cloud, and in a pillar of fire by night. Now if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he sware unto them, but therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness. And now I beseech thee, let the power of my Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord is long suffering, and in great mercy forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children until the third and fourth generation. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy, and as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt even unto now. And the Lord said, I have pardoned according to thy word. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord. Because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles have which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice. Surely they shall not see the land of which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoked me to see it. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, and hath followed me fully, him will I bring into the land whereinto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Now the Amalekites, and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley. To Meroe turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation which murmur against me? I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me. Say unto them, as truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in mine ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. Okay, so that was all of Numbers. So basically, it's talking about murmuring. So complaining. God struck the children of Israel down because of their unfaithfulness, because of their complaining, because of the fruit that they were bearing in the wilderness at that time. God he struck them down. He showed them the wilderness. But then he also showed them the promise outside of the wilderness. So you may be going through a wilderness season. You may be going through a wilderness moment in this present set of time. But God is also showing you the promise of milk and honey. But if you not complain, if you not murmur, if you not be like the children of Israel and miss out on that promise, then God will bring you to what He said He would do. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta bear witness to the workings that God is doing in this season through your wilderness moment, because this moment is not just for you. It's also for those who need to hear it, and those who need to see it, and it is for those who need to get through it. So your testimony, the wilderness, is not just about you. The children of Israel made the wilderness, made their problems, made their issues about them, and they forgot about the God who provides. They forgot about the God who covered them by a cloud, by a pillar of a cloud by day, and they forgot about the God that covered them by a pillar of fire by night. So they forgot about that God because they were making themselves a God of victimization, right? And they created victimization in problems instead of solutions, instead of going to the solution is, like Moses and Aaron did. And they pretty much complained and murmured and excused their way into their own death and destruction, right? So God doesn't want you to die in your wilderness. God does not want you to murmur your way, complain your way. He wants you to praise your way. He wants you to seek His face. He wants you to be at His feet. He wants you to pray. He wants you to hear His voice. Because He's going to cover you by day and by night if you seek His covering, if you seek His even if you seek those who are appointed to you and before you for that covering, right? And they will also be protecting amongst you because God is with them. So you got to get connected with the right people in the season as well. You got to get connected to the right voices. You got to connected to the right people, and you got to have some prophetic leaders and teachers among you to help you cultivate your gifts, your talents, your goals, and cultivate the pain of honey, that he will bring you forth into the land of milk and honey, and he will bring you forth outside of the things and the problems and the storm and the attacks and the issues and all the things that's coming against you right now in this wilderness, the things that don't make sense, right? He's going to send his prophets, he's going to send his teachers, he's going to send his help. But are you going to listen to the help? Are you going to abide by the help? Or are you going to turn away from the help, continuing your murmuring, continuing your complaining, and miss out on the land of milk and honey and just die in your sin, right? So God doesn't want you to be in cycles, but you can create your own cycle due to your own disobedience to his word and to his prophets and leaders, right? So it says here in the next one, go to chapters 21, verses 23, y'all. Chapters 21, verses 23. That's going to be our next one, and that might conclude this little live stream. It's going to be a quick one. Chapters 21, chapters 21, verses 23. 21. All right, y'all. And when King Arad, the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south, heard tell that Israel came by the way of the spies, then he fought against Israel and took some of them prisoners. And Israel vowed a vow unto the Lord and said, If thou wilt indeed deliver this people into my hand, then I will utterly destroy their cities. And the Lord hearkened to the voice of Israel and delivered up the Canaanites, and they utterly destroyed them in their cities. And he called the name of the place Hormah, you know what I'm saying? And they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the sea, of the Red Sea, to compass the land of Edom. And the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way. And the people spake against God and against Moses. Wherefore have ye brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loatheth this light bread. And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died. Therefore the people came to Moses and said, We have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against thee. Pray unto the Lord, and that he may take away the serpents from us. And Moses prayed for the people. And the Lord said unto Moses, Make thee a fiery serpent, and set it upon a pole, and it shall come to pass that every one that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live. And Moses made a serpent of brass, and he put it upon a pole. And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in Abath. And they journeyed from Abath and pitched at Eberim, or something like that, in the wilderness, which is before Moab, toward the sun rising. From thence they removed and pitched in the valley of Zarad. From thence they removed and pitched on the other side of Arnon, which is in the wilderness that cometh out of the coast of the Amorites. For Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. Wherefore it is said in the book of the wars of the Lord, what he did in the Red Sea in the brooks of Arnon, and at the stream of the brooks that goeth down to the dwelling of Ar, and lieth upon the border of Moab. And from thence they went to the Beer, that is the well whereof the Lord spake unto Moses. Gather the people together, and I will give them water. Then Israel sang this song, Spring up, O well, sing ye unto it. The princes dig the well, the nobles of the people digged it by the direction of the lawgiver with their staves. And from the wilderness they went to Mattanah, and from Mattanah to Nahalil, and from Nahalil to Bamoth, and from Bamoth in the valley, and that is in the country of Moab, to the top of uh, uh, Sagar, which looketh toward Jeshimon, Deshima. And Israel sent messengers unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, saying, Let me pass through thy land. We will not turn into the fields or into the vineyards. We will not drink of the waters of the well, but we will go along by the king's highway until we be past thy borders. So 23, y'all, and we getting ready to end. And Sihon would not suffer Israel to pass through to his border. But Sihon gathered all his people together and went out against Israel into the wilderness. And he came to Jahaz and fought against Israel. So what we can take out of this is God will send either help, or he will either send um, death towards you because of your disobedience. So their prosperity, the land of milk and honey, all these things are dependent upon their obedience. And they had to repent for constantly mocking the Lord. They had to repent for constantly going against God. They had to repent for constantly turning to everything else but God. Even when God showed me signs and wonders, even when God brought them out of Egypt, even when God brought them out of the hands of Pharaoh, they still decided to go and want to do their own thing. They decided to want to go towards their past. And they rejected his people. They rejected his leadership. They rejected his wisdom. They rejected the people that he sent towards them. And so most of them just died by their own sins, right? By their own disobedience. So I guess what we can conclude from all that, and I'll make this short, is God will act upon your obedience. And God will tear down every idol, every enemy. He will tear down everything that is sent to destroy you. And whatever is sent to destroy you will not destroy you with the help and the leadership of God. Through your wilderness, through your trial, through the Canaanite city, you know what I'm saying? God will see it through when you pray to him, when you come to him about your problems, when you come to him about your wilderness, when you come to him about the things that you need help with in your wilderness, so that God himself can come down, or he can send his prophet to deliver you from evil and the clutches of evil, right? And the clutches of victimhood. But you can't become a victim through your process. You cannot become a victim through your through the refining that God is doing in your wilderness, because you got to realize this is bigger than me. This is not just something that I'm dealing with. I am not the only one that this is for, that this is meant for. There is someone out there that needs my blessing, that needs my testimony, that needs my strength, that needs my qualities. There's somebody out there that needs me to show up as the man or the woman of God that I need to become. But if I do not get through my wilderness, I will not see the land of milk and honey. I will not see the rewards. I will not see the promises. I will not have the God will not destroy the cities. He will not destroy the enemies. He will not destroy the things that were sent to kill you, the things that were sent to kill, steal, and destroy. He will not destroy these things because you are complaining. You're going to other vices instead of the one true thing that will get you out of your situation, that will provide you the solution, that will get you out of this land of wickedness. And God is the only one that can bring you through. So you got to realize that this wilderness, the storms in your life, the wilderness in your life, the pain and the suffering and all this other stuff that was meant for you, in this season or in this time, it's meant for a greater good. It's meant for a greater purpose. It's meant to give God glory through your suffering. It says again, if you suffer, suffer for the glory and the goodness of Christ. Because if you suffer for Christ, you suffer and you gain. To die is to gain. So when you suffer for God in this wilderness, when you suffer for Christ in this wilderness, God will see you through it, and He will see you to it that you get to where you need to go, that you get to your destination, that you get to the land of milk and honey, that you will receive your blessings, that you receive that good marriage, that you receive that good relationship, that you receive that money, that you receive that job, that you receive that good health that you want, that you receive everything that is good that comes from God, that comes from heaven. You know what I'm saying? Because you obeyed in your wilderness, you participated in the instruction of the prophets and the leaders that were around you, and you were able to adhere to the voice of God and obey to his statutes, laws, and commandments, and do it with gladness. And don't do it with murmuring. Don't do it with complaining. Don't do it with complaining to God about your situation all the time. But seek thanks in the midst of your storm. Seek thanks in the midst of your trial. Seek thanks in the midst of the things that bring you down. Seek thanks in the things that are meant to destroy you, bro. Seek thanks in the things that are meant to break you. Because if it doesn't break you and you get through it with Christ, it'll make you. It'll grow you. It'll build you into a stronger, better, unified version of yourself. And with this comes the great reward of the new man. With this comes the great reward of God, of Christ. So He wants to redeem you. He wants to refine you. He wants to prune these things off of you. But He needs you to stop complaining. He needs you to get out of, and He needs to stop looking at the wilderness. And He needs you to look at His glory. He needs you to look at His grace. He needs you to look at His mercy. And He needs for you to look at what He has on the other side. But you can't see the other side if you're too busy worried about yourself, if you're too busy worried about your situation, if you're too busy worried about what's going on in this wilderness. You won't be able to see the land of milk and honey if you just focus on yourself, if you're in your situation and the people around you. So you gotta focus on God if you want to get out of this. You gotta focus on God if you want to get through this, and you gotta focus on God if you want to get to it, right? To the destination, to the land of milk and honey. So y'all be blessed with that, man. That was just gonna be a quick word. And yeah, y'all just be blessed with that. Hope that healed you. Hope that set your mind free, renewed it in some way, shape, or form. And yo, I leave y'all off with that. Deuces.